3 o'clock in the morning. I did it the other night because the pipes busted. Came back and got on the ambulance the next day. That's life. Life's hard. Life ain't fair. But I also come from a place that he describes just like that. His name is Schultz. One meal, no other industry. Not anymore. Well, you're from Lowell? Oh my God. We do have to talk about Johnson from Harrelson right here.
Harding Todd.
You're kidding me. You know Harrelson's on the squares? That's my cousin. But the crony capitalism that he was talking to you about, and that makes him turn about 5 shades of purple, that would solve this issue. Changing our corporate tax law. This is a state thing. This is the county's going to do it. Why can't we overtake Delaware? Why are there so many banks in Delaware? They're statues. Plain and simple. Those are white collar jobs. High paid white collar jobs. Plain and simple. You know, now, are there not a lot of people in Greenwood County that travel out of Greenwood County to get a job? Yeah.
I just
You
want
know
to
what I'm
make
talking about. Where you from?
if you go into business and you start studying human
But all this is
resources,
at a
you'll
state
find out
level.
that the one thing you don't want to see on somebody's resume is a gap.
Well, now here's something.
And that's one of the reasons I bring this up, is because when people review your application and they see you being on, and this is, I'm just going to tell you how corporate people look at this. I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just stating the fact that there's a point where you stay on unemployment so long, they think that you're damaged goods, that you are not going to be any good to them, that you would rather be on unemployment working, and they don't know why you're on benefits. All they could say is that they're not willing to take a chance on somebody who's that comfortable not working. And they don't always know why you're not working. But they always tell you when you're reviewing applications and when you're entertaining talent, the first thing you look at is how steady has he worked and his experiences. Just like when you give an experience, don't always tell the positive experiences, because experience means that. What have you experienced in your work life? Doesn't mean give me all your positive attributes, because one, you don't have a way to verify. But that's another thing, is what I'm trying to say. I believe that if we're going to take a benefit past the point where a person earns that entitlement, then I think we need to educate them, what he's talking about, and we need to school them. We need to put them in VOTEC, because I'm a big advocate of VOTEC. Because across the corporate world, I'll say there's more people with degrees that are either not doing or not employed in the field in which they got their degree. Okay, so I'm a big advocate of VOTEC. I believe if you're going to pay somebody a benefit, whether it's rehab from prison, or whether it's a person that's unemployed, or whether it's a person who just comes out of school and has nowhere to go, I'm a big person of VOTEC. I'm a firm believer that if you're going to put money into something, put it into something and get some feedback. Teach a guy how to be an auto mechanic, tell a guy how to be a postal. Right, exactly. I'm a big VOTEC people. So, yeah, is that a government program? It could be.
Well, I should say that's going to be the next question, because I agree with you, but every time I push that idea, I told people that's socialism.
What a guy told me one time about public school, because I homeschool my kids, I was a big homeschool advocate, helped pass laws in homeschools. One of the guys told me one day, he says, you know, but the thing is that the public school people, they're going to work on your car, they're going to be firefighters, they're going to be school teachers, they're going to be some of the people that work there. And the thing of it, don't you want them to be as educated as possible? And it made me change my ways. But the reason I like VOTEC is because it's taking, I remember a time when it's taking people who had no hope, had no idea, had no leadership. See, the thing of it is, it's easy for me to have a father who is blue collar work, I'm blue collar proud. Got a lot of experiences, got a lot of opportunities. I like my blue collar work because that's where I was raised. I love it. But he's a guy that got up every morning, whether he was bruised, cut up, fought union lines, whatever he had to do, he went to work every day. And he inspired the three sons that you had to work for them, take care of your family, no matter what, you had to go to work. And you just had to, because in my world growing up, it was unacceptable not to do it, to take care of your family. It just wasn't acceptable, one way or the other. And that's just the way they taught it. But my point is not everybody comes out in the world that has that inspiration, that has that leader, that has that influence. And a lot of times they're just lost because they're taught, oh, you're grown now, go out and conquer the world, and it scares people. And I think if you could say, come in, we're going to teach you to be an electrician, let's do an assessment, let's find out what he can do. I think it's best for society, if we're going to spend money, which we spend trillions, why not spend it on something that's going to take a guy and put him back in it? My grandpa told me when I was young, every man, I don't care if you're a rocket scientist, you need to know how to pipe a water line, run a power line, to build a piece of furniture, to work on a car. You better have a hands-on trade along with whatever you decide you want to do. And every one of us still, we all stay with it. But the thing is, we don't do that in society. We prep kids for college, and we told for so many years in the 80s, You gotta go to college, you gotta go to college, you gotta go to college. Don't be a mechanic, don't be a carpenter, don't be an electrician, don't be this. You know, I used to tell people all the time, you want your kid to be an engineer. When he engineers something, who's gonna build it? You want a guy to be a doctor, but who's gonna build a hospital? We're afraid to tell people, go out and become a tradesman.
That's true.
You know, I want a kid to be, I want my kid to be a lawyer. Well, who's gonna build the courthouse?
But a lot of the tradesmen now are making more money than some of the college educated. I mean, there's a reason to go into certain trades now. Electricians, plumbing, I mean,
When Ashley ran for governor,
they do.
when Ashley ran for governor, one of his talking points was that you would send a kid to any of our great technical schools to do good, and they could come out in a welder making $70,000.
Yeah, but that's absolutely true.
I have a degree. I have, like this thing done. I have 30,000 from school and home today. And I'm one of those people that got a degree in something. I'm not working in that degree.
Said the same thing, and I went on student loans
Yeah, my
too.
cows don't care about my degree.
No, I just graduated college in May, and just to put it in perspective, I was in a sorority, and there were 13 girls in my pledge class, and we all graduated in May. And out of those 13 girls in all of our majors, only 3 of us came out of college with a job.
You know,
With a job.
because you're
And
specialized.
exactly. One's a teacher, I do what I do, and then one got a job at the college that we went to. The rest of them work and have nothing to do with
I was in
their
literate
jobs.
business.
And I went to a $30,000
And
school.
I'm proud to say
Yeah.
that I was a dropout school. I was totally illiterate most of my life, and I'm not wealthy by any extent. But I remember going to Sam Houston University to business school, and guys telling me, when you get out of here, the opportunity's endless. This degree, you're gonna walk in there, and he more or less said, when you throw this down on the table, they're gonna jump for you. Okay? And this is the way they sell this thing. And I told the guy, when they want to ask you a question, I said, I own a construction company, I own a geophysical company, I own a data processing company, and I'm totally illiterate, stupid. Okay? My question is, how many businesses have you run, Professor? Well, none. So you're gonna tell me how to run one?
Those who
And my-
can't teach.
My point is that if I was gonna, I think if you had a VOTEC with people that have walked the walk, you grab the electrician. I'm gonna ask
That's every rule, brother.
I love the
That's every rule.
Cover, I like that.
But if you bring a master electrician in who's retired, who has earned his way, and he's teaching you the trade, then you're gonna have a little respect for him. And I think these VOTEC things, you can take people who retired, who want something to do with their hands, give them a little benefit package. There's a lot of minimal salaries, and they'll work for the benefits, and have them come in and do
Some of the degrees that they have, like they have a